And good morning, third graders. Hope you had a wonderful Thursday night. I know I did. And I hope you did too. Hey, it's time for Eureka Math. What is Eureka? It's a Latin phrase, and what does it mean when translated into the English language? It means, I have found it. And what have we found? We have found the most wonderful, awesome, incredible way to learn math. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, damas y caballeros, is more valuable than gold itself. And I say that because it is. Learning math will open up many doors for you and opportunities. And I relate it to gold because back in the gold mining days here in California, when a miner would find a chunk of gold, he would say, Eureka. Believe it or not. Let's get right to our lesson. Grade 3, module, not modules. Well, I'm doing one module. Oh, it disappeared. Module 3. Lesson 16. Our objective, we're going to reason about and explain arithmetic patterns. Arithmetic patterns using units of 0 and 1 as they relate to multiplication and division. We did the sprint. I hope you enjoyed that sprint. I do. Let's get right to the so-called concept development. And we're going to multiply and divide using units of 1. 1. So let's just take a look on our paper here, and we're going to draw 3 large circles. Well, not that large, but large enough. 1, 2, and 3. Look at that. We have 3 circles. Now, let's think about this. We're going to write a multiplication equation to represent our picture here. So how many groups are there? Well, basically there's 3 groups, right? So we're going to write a multiplication equation to represent this picture, and let's go ahead and do that right now. We're going to go like this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have that. What multiplication sentence can we create from this lovely picture? Well, let's take a look. I have 3 groups, right? I already said that. And what are they groups of? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can go 3 times 4. Look, 3 times groups of 4. What in the world does that equal? Well, I know most of you know this right now. In fact, all of you know it. But we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, it equals 12. My goodness, isn't that remarkable? But what if we were to do this, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros? Let's cross one out. Does this still work? No, it does not. Now what do we have? Well, it looks like we have 1 group, 2 groups. So we have 2 groups, and we're multiplying them by what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're at 2 times 4, and what does that equal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sure does. So 2 times 4 equals 8. And then if we reflect back to our objective, we were going to be using units of 0 and 1. Guess what's coming up next? Yes, we're saying goodbye to that one. To that group of 4, as it were, as it is, as it was. And what we need to do, because this no longer represents this multiplication sentence, no, it does not. So we say, adios, muchachos. So now we're left with this. Well, this looks like a group of 1, right? So we can say 1 times 4 equals 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're thinking, yes, Mr. Leggett, I know that 1 times 4 equals 4. I get it. I understand. However, here's the crux, or the center of our lesson. This is what's going to happen. This is what you will know. This is what you will learn today, and you will retain throughout the weekend. So when you come back on Monday, you'll be I know this. I know this. Take a look. And this works for any number. Does it work for 500,392? Yes, it does work for 583,392. Watch what happens. You ready? Let's go ahead and sequester this. We're saying we're done with you for now. Here's the beauty. of 1. We're going to write 1 times n. N stands for any number. Any number you could possibly imagine, boys and girls. Think of a number in your head. Imagine it. Make it come to life. And we could times that number by 1. And guess what? It doesn't change. It just stays the same. It says, nope, not changing. You multiplied me by 1. I'm not going to change. I'm just going to stay the same number I was. You didn't divide me. You didn't add me. You didn't subtract anything from me. Nope. You multiplied me by 1, so I stay the same. You've got to be kidding me. You mean, Mr. Leggett, you can take any number you can imagine, and multiply it by 1, and it will remain exactly the same? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Well, yes, Math Mutt. I'm so glad you joined us. It's been a long time since you've talked to the 3rd graders. Yes, way too long. I've been on vacation. Oh, really? Where did you go? Portland, Oregon. Oh, I bet it was nice up there. It rained quite a bit. Well, I'm glad to have you back. So am I. I'm also glad your video equipment is back working. Yes, so you were saying that you could take any number you can think of, any number in the whole world, and multiply it by 1, and it stays the same? I find that hard to believe. Well, it's true, Math Mutt. You can take any number you want. Let's just take a look here. We say 1. Yes, I see the 1. Times n. Why is there a letter in math? Well, it's called a variable, and the n stands for, in this case, any number you can think of. Oh, I see. The n, it's a variable, and it stands for any number I can think of. Yes, I understand, Mr. Leggett, thank you. And so you're saying that it will stay the same. The n will stay the same. So let's say if I put in this in, let's say n equals 83. So 1 times 83 would equal 83. N. I think I get it. All right, well, thank you so much, Math Mutt. I think you are great at helping explain things. Well, I try my best. That's all I can do. Well, thank you so much. I hope to see you again soon. And I hope to see you again too soon, Mr. Leggett. Math Mutt, down. That crazy Math Mutt. So there it is. 1 times n equals n. Now watch the beauty. We say, I have said, you have said, I hope, that multiplication is the opposite of division. So we can take any number. Go ahead, dream up a number, and watch what happens. We could divide it by 1, and it equals that same number. Go ahead, put any number here. N can equal anything. Let's say n equals 17. 1 times 17 equals 17. Huh. How about this? 17 divided by 1 equals 17. My goodness. It works each and every time. Hard to believe. Let's go on to the back page. I have a separate page, but you can go onto your back page, okay? Let's just check the camera angle here. Everything seems to be looking pretty darn good as we continue on. So, let's take a look at Mr. Zero. We got number 1. Now let's look at 0. All right, we're looking at 0. Here is 4 times 0 equals B. So this equals 4 groups of 0. What? Yes, it's true. Look, there's 1 group, 0. 2 groups, 0. 3 groups, 0. And 4 groups of 0. What do we have here? What's going on? What do we have going on? Tell me, we have 4 times 0. Yes, you have 4 times 0. Well, hello, Princess Yvonne. How are you today? Oh, I'm so good. I love talking about 0. Well, why do you like talking about 0 so much? Well, because when you multiply by 0, it stays 0. Really? Is that what you're telling me? Yes, I tell you that because I love you. Well, I love you too, Princess Yvonne. Thank you so much for sharing. Can you repeat that one more time? Yes. You multiply any number by 0, and it's 0. Isn't that peculiar? Yes, it is. So, I mean, you can take a big number like 599. Yes. And if I multiply it by 0, it's 0. Well, that truly is remarkable. I love the math. Well, we love you too, Princess Yvonne. Thank you so much for telling us all about zero. Okay, well, thank you, Princess Yvonne. So, we have 4 groups of 0. 4 times 0 equals B, and B, in this case, the B equals 0. Nada, nothing, zilch, zip, not a thing. So you take any number, I guarantee it, and you multiply by 0, because look, you're just doing groups of 0. Of course it's going to stay 0. Like we talked with Princess Yvonne, 599 times 0, we can do 599 circles of nothing, which would be kind of silly, and we'd still wind up with 0. 0, 0, 0, 0. But what about division? Yes, yes, division. Here we go. Look at this. 7 divided by 0 equals n. Go ahead and write that down. So we have 7 divided by 0 equals n. All right? So that's the opposite of multiplication, right? But looky here. 7 divided by 0 equals n. We could say n, we could reverse that. Well, let's just try this for fun. Okay, so if 7 divided by 0 equals n. What is n equal? Well, remember yesterday we were looking at this formula. Should be able to do this, but it doesn't work. Why? 0 times n equals 7. Could that be possible? No. Remember, because when you take 0 and multiply it by any number, it equals 0. So in this case, things don't work out like they should. All right? So 7 divided by 0 is 0. The n in this case equals, that's a terrible equal sign, equals 0. So 7 divided by 0 equals 0. All right, let's go right down to one more, and we're going to do 0. This time it does work, I think. Divided by 0 equals n, and then 0 times a number equals 0. Okay, so what could the value of n be? What in the world could it be? Could it be 2, 3, 5, 6, or any other number? N can be any number in the multiple equation, and the same is true for the division equation. So let's just take a look, okay? Let's plug in, let's say n equals 2. Is 0 divided by 0 2? No. Is 0 times n? That does equal 2. 0, excuse me, that does equal 0. 0 times n equals, would equal 0. And so, but in this case, this n can be any number, right? Because it's going to equal 0. But this other n, it can't be, because 0 divided by 0 is going to be 0. So you see how what we were doing yesterday doesn't quite work out when we're dealing with 0? All right? So remember this from part 2 here. Multiply any number by 0, you get 0. Divide any number by 0, you get 0 too. So 7 divided by 0 equals 0. Got it? All right, we're going to move on to our problem set. And I think I will teach the problem set. No, I'm going to teach it to you via the magic of video. So let's get out our problem set. And I just got to find it. Problem set. All right, here we go. We're going to go to page. Thank you for being so patient. Let's go to page. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go to page 45, okay? And I'm going to zoom in a little tighter from when we do our problem set. This is called zooming. Zooming in. We're zooming in. All right. So page 45. Today's date is 01/17/2020. All right, so let's look at the property of 1. All right, I think you guys can get this down. What times 1 equals 6? Remember, like Mathemat said, you multiply any number by 1 and it remains the same. So this must be 6. All right, let's go over here. Something divided by 7 equals 0. Remember what this would be? Got to be 0, right? Couldn't be 1, couldn't be 2, couldn't be 3, or etc., etc. 8 times a number equals 8. It's got to be 1, okay? 9 divided by a number equals 9. Well, if we took 9 and we divided it by 1, how many groups of 9 will we have? You got it, 9. Try these on your own. Pause the tape and try them on your own. Go. Pause. Welcome back. 0 divided by 5, I hope you put in 0. 0 actually, over here, we could put in any number we want, couldn't we? Something times 0 equals 0, I could put in 6. 6 times 0 equals 0, hard to believe. 4 divided by what equals 1? This is a little trickier. So 4 divided by something equals 1. What would that be? It wouldn't be 4 divided by 1 because that would be 4, but if we did 4 divided by 4, it would equal 1, right? Because 4 times 1 equals 4. Let's go over here. Something times 1 equals 3, and that would be 3. Let's look at our next equations. Match each equation with its solution. You go ahead and do this on your own. Hit pause, and then come on back. Welcome back. So we have 1 times n equals 3. Well, 1 times what would equal 3? 1 times 3. We have n divided by 4 equals 0. That n would have to be, the only number it could be is 0, right? 1 times 6 equals what? Think about it. Remember, 1 multiplied by any number does not change. 7 divided by 7. If I have 7 and I put them into 7 groups, I would have 1. So 7 divided by 7 is 1. N times 1 equals 9. So that would have to be, well, you got it, 9. I hope you put that. And then n divided by 1 equals 8. So that would have to be the last one left, 8. Okay, let's go down to 3. Let n be a number. Okay, we'll let it be a number, and then we'll complete the blanks below with the problem. All right? So, n is a number. How do we do this? I have no idea. So we're going to go 1 times 1 equals what? 1. 2 times 1 equals 2. Go ahead and finish this up. You know how to do it. 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 1 is 4. 5 times 1 is 5. 6 times 1 is 6. 7 times 1 is 7. 8 times 1 is 8. 9 times 1 is 9. And then they kind of skipped here. 10, 11, 12. This is going to be 13. What's 13 times 1? 13. And what pattern did you notice? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. They remain the same. The number remains the same. So you go up one number and multiply by 1, it goes up one number. That's all there is to that. Let's turn the paper over. John says that any number divided by 1 equals that number. Write a division equation using n to represent Josie's statement. Oh, Josie, not John. My eyes are going bad. So we're dividing by 1, okay? So let's write a division equation using n. So let's put n divided by 1 equals n. So what number could n be? It could be any number. You can put any number you want in there, okay? You could put in 1, 2, whatever. Let's go to B. It says, use your equation from part A, let n equal 6. Write a new equation and draw a picture to show that your equation is true. Let's see what happens. We're going to do n equals 6, so it's 6. Let me just check my camera. There we go. I'll just move the paper over. So we have 6 divided by 1 equals 6, because n equals 6. Let's draw a picture, okay? I'm going to do 6 groups, right? And I have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, I have 6 bananas. Put them in 6 groups. How many are in each group? You got it, 1. So 6 divided by 1 equals 6. And let's do the reverse. Oh, well, we'll do it right here. Write the related multiplication equation that you can use to check your division estimate. What we do is we take our answer and divide it by the number we're dividing with, okay? So you say 6 times 1 equals 6. 6 divided by 1 equals 6. 6 times 1 equals 6. Matt explains what he learned about dividing with 0 to his little sister. What might tell his sister about solving 0 divided by 9? Explain your answer. Well, he would say that, I would think, that our good buddy Matt would say something to the effect of that 0 divided by any number remains 0. Okay. What might Matt tell his sister about solving 8 divided by 0? So, he would say, dividing by 0 is the same as multiplying. And you could pause this, 0. It equals 0. Okay, what might Matt's sister tell his sister about solving 0 divided by 0? Explain your answer. This is kind of a tough one. 0 divided by 0. Well, and I didn't do a very good job of teaching this, I'm sorry. The answer, it basically could be any number. So you can't really find out the answer, because it could be anything, 0 divided by 0. And I don't want to go into the details explaining that. So let's just say it could be any number. The answer. I would always put 0, I guess, because there really is no solution. That's why I say 0. You'll get more math like that when you're in high school, college, middle school. But that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed this lesson, and we're probably getting ready for lunch pretty soon.